In 2008, while the world economy was collapsing, one company was quietly executing the largest wealth transfer in history. BlackRock, you may have heard the name, but do you really know what they do? $10 trillion, bigger than the world's largest economies, more than the GDP of America, China, Japan, controlled by a single company. Even the IMF looks small next to them. Right now, your home, your retirement fund, your children's future, all of it might be in the hands of an algorithm, and you don't even know it. This isn't just BlackRock's story. This is the story of how the world economy was taken over. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why inflation is so high, where your money is really going. 1988. Larry Fink lost $100 million in a single trade on Wall Street. He got fired, but he understood something. The future was in risk management. He founded BlackRock. At first, it was just an ordinary investment firm. But then, the 2008 crisis hit. Lehman Brothers collapsed. Bear Stearns crashed. AIG went bankrupt. And who did the Federal Reserve call? BlackRock. Help us. Who should buy these toxic assets? Which banks should fail? Which ones should be saved? Think about it. The government is consulting them. The people who make the rules are asking the players for advice. And what happened to BlackRock? After 2008, their assets under management increased tenfold. The crisis was a disaster for others. For BlackRock, it was an opportunity. And here's the scariest part. Aladdin. No, not the Disney character. Asset, liability, debt, and derivative investment network. An artificial intelligence, an algorithm that manages over 15% of the world's money, $21 trillion. Your retirement fund is probably in there too, and you don't even realize it. But the real scandal is just beginning. BlackRock doesn't just manage money. They advise the Federal Reserve. They advise the International Monetary Fund. They advise the European Central Bank. They're both player and referee. Brian Dees, from BlackRock to Biden's economic advisor. Stanley Fischer, BlackRock, former Federal Reserve Vice Chairman. Gene Boyven, at BlackRock, previously at Bank of Canada. This revolving door never stops. 2020. Pandemic. The economy is collapsing again. The Fed is preparing another bailout package. And they call BlackRock again. Which bonds should we buy? Which companies should we rescue? And what's the result? The assets BlackRock already owns skyrocket in value. Small businesses are failing, but BlackRock's portfolio is exploding. While you're looking at grocery prices asking, why is everything so expensive? The real question is, whose interests do monetary policies serve? BlackRock owns 7% of Apple, 7% of Microsoft, 6% of Amazon, Google, Tesla, Netflix. They own a piece of everything. And when these companies raise prices, when profit margins hit records, BlackRock wins. You lose. But wait, it's not over yet. ESG, environmental, social, governance. BlackRock says, we're doing sustainable investing now. We care about the environment, society. Sounds great, right? But the reality, BlackRock is also one of the biggest investors in coal companies. They're pouring billions into the fossil fuel industry. How is this possible? Because ESG is a marketing tactic, not an investment strategy. You buy a green fund, but your money still goes to the same polluting companies. They just change the packaging. And the worst part, who determines ESG scores? Companies that BlackRock advises. Again, both player and referee. The state of Texas boycotted BlackRock for this reason. Florida too. Because a political agenda is interfering with corporate governance. But BlackRock doesn't care, because they operate at a level that runs the world. Let's recap. BlackRock manages $10 trillion. They advise governments. They recommend policies that increase the value of assets they own. And you don't even know about any of this. Is this a hashtag scandal? Technically, no, because the laws allow it. But is it ethical? The more you learn about how money really works, the differently you'll look at those grocery prices, those rent increases, your retirement fund. Was the system manipulated? Everything was manipulated, but now you know. Financial History Chronicles. History repeats itself, but this time be prepared. If you watch this video to the end, don't forget to hit that like button, because this kind of content needs to reach more people. And tell me in the comments, did you know about BlackRock before? See you in the next video.